you ready to party? Let's go.
Stewart Sosa, welcome to the podcast, my friend.
Thank you for having me.
Boy, we've been planning this for a long time.
Yeah, it's been a bit,
dude.
yeah.
We've been trying a long time,
Yeah.
dude. But thanks for coming down. You rode your motorcycle down.
I did, yeah. It's Los Angeles. You got to
you have
go
to.
through traffic, yeah.
Yes. And so everybody knows, you and I know each other through our motorcycle club.
That's correct, yeah.
Right, we ride together. Come on,
we do.
baby. Let's go
Yeah,
hit that
baby.
bell.
Yeah.
Hit. Thank you.
Boom.
Double tap one more time. Yeah, that's right. Men of Fire, all the way,
Yeah.
baby.
Welcome.
How come everybody doesn't have a bell? So
This is true.
Yeah.
Because I might get out of control.
It'd just be like,
Ding, ding, ding.
yeah, start
all
dropping
the time.
beats.
Yeah, because there's sometimes when people have too much whiskey on here, it's like they're going to start getting
Yeah.
crazy.
ring that bell.
yeah. Does not taste like whiskey here.
Oh, my God. Well, dude. Okay, so everybody knows you have been a firefighter for quite some time, right?
Yeah, 16 years with my department.
Nice, dude. 16 years. And what kind of got you into firefighting? Because, everyone kind of has their own reason. Or, okay, let's break it down here. The reality is when we go into interviews, I want to serve.
If you choose me, I will never leave this apartment.
How many times we've been on an interview panel? I was like, God, I heard the same thing like 100 times today.
Yeah, it's really comes down to who says it better. Just don't stutter up there.
Yeah, but did you start as an explorer?
No, it did nothing of that. So I was in high school. Well, I think you were asking like where that seed was planted.
Yeah.
I grew up in Pacoima, right there off of Van Nuys and Herrick by the projects. And then every time I'd go to, my parents had me in Catholic school. So every time I'd drive there was LA City Fire Station. I'd always see it every morning. Wow. Sometimes they would cut us off, go on a call and stuff like that, But I'd always see that fire station. So growing up, I was like, oh, that looks very awesome. And then, but then growing up also, those Marine Corps commercials are like, oh, those are fucking badass.
Yeah.
And then, so at one point, my buddy wanted to join the Marines. He's like, you want to go in there and talk to the recruiter? I'm like, no, I'll do it on my own time. So he drugged me in there. And then I ended up pretty much enlisting. And he never got in. I got in.
Isn't that funny how that works?
I was the first senior to sign up and everything. And then, so then I graduated high school. And then I was just partying, man. And then I don't know why I stopped by the recruiter station. He's like, you ready to do this? I was like, yeah, sir. That's why I signed up. He's like, well, today's the day. Go get your high school diploma. Come back. We're going to bust you down there. I was like,
Wait.
today's the day?
So did you sign up before you graduated high school?
Yeah.
So your parents had to help sign, or were you 18?
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't 18.
You weren't 18,
No.
so your parents are like,
Yeah.
all right. That must
Yeah.
have been hard for your mom, dude.
My mom, yeah.
That's-
She had a hard time signing that.
Yeah. A mother's love is special, dude.
No, for sure. And so I was like, all right, I'll be back.
Dude, so you graduated. You had to get your diploma, show it to them. They're like, get your butt on the bus.
Yeah, I think like a month later or something like was my date to ship out. So I wasn't ready. Then
who's ever ready for
no
camp, dude?
So it gets even better. So then I go home. I was living in an apartment with my buddy. I think my senior year, through half of my senior year, I moved down. I got an apartment because my parents moved back to Lancaster. I was in Santa Clarita, so I was like, I don't want to move my senior year. So we got an apartment. So I went, and I just never went back with my diploma. They were calling me, where you at? I was like, silent. Put the Razor phone on silent, or I think it was a Nokia. It might have been the Nokia. It might have been
the game Snake.
You just aged all of us because we all knew what that Razor
Yeah,
was.
exactly.
What you're talking about.
Yeah,
That phone was gangster back in the day.
exactly. Like Snake is the best.
But you ended up shipping out, right?
No, so I did.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so they couldn't find me. I was like, I just went to my other buddy's house, and then my roommate, he's like, dude, they're here at the apartment. They're looking for you. I was like, yeah, tell them I'm not available.
Oh, wow.
So then I got a job, like making pacemakers or whatever, assembly line stuff. And then I tried taking fire classes. I was like, yeah, I'm going to try to do the fire thing because that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out. Like, I took a couple classes. I wasn't motivated. And I was like, yeah.
Probably just the wrong timing.
Yeah,
Right?
I dropped them. And then almost a year later, my mom, I got another apartment in Granada Hills. She stopped by and she had like a heart-to-heart talk. She's all, as much as it hurt me to sign that letter and me letting you go, you never went and you just been working and you're not doing anything with your life. She's all, I don't want you to go, but you need to go.
Wow.
So yeah, so when my mom stopped by, it was like very powerful. I was like, yeah, I hear what you're saying, Mom. So I quit my job. I gave my roommate like 2 months in advance for rent. I was like, dude, I don't want to do this to you, but I'm going to show up to a recruiter station, and if he wants me to leave that day, I'm out. So, yeah, that's what I did. And then...
okay, so when you went to the recruiter station, were they upset?
They weren't upset. Yeah, they were kind of upset. There was a gunnery sergeant that remembered me. He's hey, you're that turd that never came back. I was like, yes. Yes, sir, I am.
Just had to tie up some loose ends, man.
But I told him, I was like, you know what? I just wasn't ready. I was partying. I was like, but I quit my job. I was like, I have nothing that's holding me back. I was like, if you want me to spend the night here in this recruiting station, I'll spend the night, and you can till whenever you send me out. So like by then mentally I was like ready to do it. So did that, did 4 years, and then.
So did you stay at the recruiting station?
No, I went home.
Okay.
I went to my parents.
When did you ship out?
How that works?
No, but I told them I quit. Nothing was holding me back by then. I was like pretty set that I was like, I'm gonna do this now. So yeah, I think like 2 weeks later, they got it was like some kind of letter saying like, hey, this guy's forgiven. He did this last time, whatever. So then I went back and then took the final swearing down at MEPS, and then went down to boot camp.
Fucking stripped you naked right in front of the stay in the hotel overnight.
Exactly.
Dude. Oh my god.
Yeah. So it's good times. I actually tried to reenlist, but then like the Marine Corps, it's like once they meet their quota, they're like, hey, you got to go. So it worked out. Once I got out, I took fire classes, never looked back. So
wow. When you left the Marine Corps and then started taking fire classes, what was that time frame before you got picked up with your department?
About 3 years.
That's not bad.
No, 3.5.
No, that's not bad at all. So you worked on ambulance and stuff too?
Never did that.
Oh,
Never did that.
cheapskate.
I know. So it's funny. So when I finally got hired, like I'm trying to mess with these gurneys. I'm like, dude, they're like, you know how to do this? I'm like, I don't. I'm sorry. Like,
Never worked the meat wagon.
Yeah, no, exactly. So I did a Type C hand crew for the Forest Service thing. I picked up with the Forest Service engine in Casitas Lake on the Los Padres, and then my buddy that worked with me on the hand crew, he was with at the time CDF, now Cal Fire.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, come over. He's you get paid more and you do the same thing. I was like, say no more, my man. Say no more.
Did you, did you have to go through that 57-hour academy?
Yeah, I did it in San Bernardino. Yeah.
Okay, I went through San Diego's.
Okay.
I was in like Rubidoux, wasn't it? Or somewhere north, like
it's off of Waterman, like in the 210.
Oh, okay.
Right there, yeah.
Did you go through it, Jordan?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you went to the CDF?
Yeah,
dude. Okay, so you know.
I do.
My man knows.
Yeah.
Dude, okay, so the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
How much of a shock was it? Day one, because you pull up at like 3 a.m, right? Or the night before?
It was at night. I don't know. I don't remember what time it was. Yeah. So you get out and you kind of know what's going to happen. You get there and then instantly they're going to start yelling and you got to get on.
You were mentally prepped. You knew.
Yeah. I knew that this is what I want to do. There's no turning back. So I was like, and I don't know. I always had that mentality and just hearing the stories kind of, because I didn't know anybody in the military, had no family. I'm like first generation here. So I know things are a mental game, you know what I mean? I was like, as long as mentally they don't break me down, I was like, yeah, I'm probably, my body's going to hurt, whatever they put me through, whatever they beat me up or whatever. I was like, it's just temporary, you know?
The Marines has got to be the toughest boot camp.
Yeah.
It has to be, dude.
Yeah, I think it is. I'm pretty sure
it has to be. Dude. Well, okay, everybody knows that I say all the time, but I grew up in military home. My dad was a Green Beret, Army, and he, he's funny because, when he went through his 2 years of training to be Green Beret, that's tough, right?
Yeah.
He lost, I think, like 90% of his class, right?
Yeah.
Only a small few graduated, but he's like, it was hard, but he's like, I still think the toughest boot camp of any of the branches in the military is Marines.
Yeah.
Because he went in the 60s. Mm-hmm. And he's like, back then, they were still, even in Army, they were still able to slap you.
I was like,
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
there you go.
Check 1, 2.
There you go. We got you.
That was the era where like the drill instructors can like smack you around like physically.
Oh, yeah. When I joined, I thought they can actually still do that.
Oh, really?
And then I was in there, and then some other guys like, oh, no, dude, they can't hit you. Like, that stopped a long time ago. Like, oh, shit.
Well,
I was that eliminates a lot.
Well, your core's messed up, huh? Give it some slack.
Yeah.
There you go. Pull up on that slack. There you go.
There we go.
I got to replace that.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting, dude. I'm sorry. Happened to Sam.
Dude, it's all good.
Sorry, guys. But yeah, the Marine Corps, Because I had a few friends that went in, dude, and they weren't as prepped as you. And my God, did they have a wake up call and just were super shocked. Even tell me like they had to keep somebody up for like suicide watch.
Oh yeah,
guys, because some people you got to think, right? You're getting all walks of life from all over the country, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Midwest, East Coast to the big city to
yeah,
all the way on the West Coast, right? I mean, everyone's raised different religions, no religion, whatever it may be, right? Single mom, single dad raised them, or a full family, or maybe they're orphans. You don't know, right?
Yeah.
And then they come in, and now there's structure, and now you got people in your face holding you accountable, and just yelling and going.
Absolutely.
He said people just look like they were losing their mind.
Oh yeah, especially on Sundays too, because it was like Sundays as your downtime. Like you do your laundry. Well, you got to build up to doing your laundry on your own, because when you first get there, it's like you grab the bar of soap to like grab your choni. All like, all right, you guys ready? All right, scrub. It's like everything.
Oh no!
Yeah, so everything's very structured. But yeah, as it progresses, they're like, all right, they're kind of competent now.
Yeah,
they can do their laundry on their own or whatever. But since we were in San Diego, there was guys just looking out the window, looking at airplanes, like, oh, that's probably going to my house.
Just trying to get their head away from the madness. Huh?
Me, I was like, hey, who's got the sports? Like, because they give you like a newspaper and stuff like that. Okay. So I was like, who got the sports section? I was like, I gotta catch up on sports.
Yeah. What year was that when you went in?
In '99.
Oh, so it was actually before 9/11.
Yeah.
So you were actually in your unit when 9/11 happened.
Yeah, we were actually in 29 Palms. We were doing CACs.
Oh,
it's like a training you do every year out there, and then so like for my I had like secret clearance. So then they're like, hey, Sosa, we need you to go to pick up a document, and then you need to drive it back to Camp Pendleton, and then secure it in the vault, because like our battalion had like a big vault. We kept a lot of classified material there. And then the following day, then we'll just bus you back. I was like, all right, whatever. Go get out of the dirt for a day. So then I went, dropped off the document. Next morning, as I come in, like the TVs are on, the duty staff sergeant's there, and I was like, what's going on? They're like, dude, they just bombed us. I was like, I didn't hear shit. Like, what do you mean they bombed us? And then I looked at TV. I was like, oh shit.
Wow.
And then
it's gotta be interesting seeing that being in the military, right? Because war's coming.
Oh yeah.
Like we were just attacked, so it's kind of like we need to get ready. Was that how you felt? I mean, or was it kind of like what's gonna happen next?
Yeah, I think it's just the unknown. I was like, what's gonna happen next? Like I was just thinking like the next steps was like, so should I go get the van? Should I? And they're like, no.
Should we go get our kids on?
They're all like, no, just stay here. Everybody's coming back. I was like, okay, then what do you need me to do? They're like, just hang out. I was like, all right.
Wow. What was your MOS?
I was in the 015 when I did a classified material chief.
Dude, so you're an important person.
Nah, it's funny. Nah, it's funny. Like it was just a big vault with just classified documents, maps, or videos. They're like, what's in there? I was like, that's my porn stash, dude.
Very, very top secret, dude. So how many tours? Okay, so did you do a tour anywhere before 9/11, or was it after 9/11 you went overseas?
After 9/11, went overseas.
After 9/11. How many times did you go?
Just once. So we went in 2003 so we left San Diego January 17th, I think. Left San Diego, got to Kuwait February 23rd, I believe. Then we hung out there till April 10th. No, I think it was April 10th, like around 3, 4 in the morning. They woke us up. They're like, we're going to the berm. I was like, the berm? I was like, all right. So I just got my Humvee ready, all my stuff. And then we're driving, and then sure enough, at the border of Kuwait and Iraq, it's just a big dirt berm. I'm like, oh yeah, there's a berm.
We literally went to a berm. It is the berm.
Yeah, so then we were there for like a day and a half, and then that's when the bombing started. So we were just watching the show over.
Is that when we started bombing them?
Yeah.
So you were there prior.
Yeah.
Prior before. Wow. So I remember this shows us our age, right? You're older than me, but I remember watching that bombing in high school.
Oh yeah,
on TV. Yeah, they every class shut down. They pulled all. Remember at least when we went to high school, the TV that was on that like wheel, it had a strap over it, dude. The tube TV. Yeah, gangster, dude.
Dude, anytime that TV with the strap came in, you're like, it's gonna be a good day.
It was normally like a substitute teacher.
Yeah, exactly, substitute teacher.
You're like, dude, we're watching TV for class, but they. I remember they wheeled it into every class, dude, and that's all we did all day. We were watching. And I remember I was in history class. My teacher was like, everyone needs to watch this because this is history in the making.
Yeah.
Like, this will always be remembered.
That's great. Yeah, it's so you guys have a different aspect, like from everybody that was over there. Like
Right.
I don't know what happened over here, but like you said, it was everybody watched it on TV. I was like,
Well, it's a different time in our country, right? I mean, we've talked about this, Jordan, on here. Time like our country right now is in a very, very divided. It just seems like there's a lot of unrest. Very uneasy. People are stressed out. At least, and then at that time, 9/11 happened, and we were united as a country. I mean, we saw Congress saying "God bless America" right on the steps of,
Yeah.
And at the time, it was Democrat, Republican, Green Party, whatever you believe, but we were all united as one. People were going to church and praying, like, what is happening, right? We just had thousands of people die. We were attacked. I just remember feeling. I mean, I was only I think I was 16 or something like that, but I remember feeling like pride, like we're freaking Americans, dude. Everyone had flags on their cars. They're flying them high at the schools, dude. Everyone was like, whether you believe in not a prayer, but it was cool to see people who weren't even like religious were like, yeah, we need to pray because this is bad. This is crazy. Now we're sending our boys, our men and women overseas to go fight. Like, this is going to be huge. We're going to have loss of life here. We need to stand together as a country. I hate to say, like, it's bad that 9/11 happened, but what do you hear people always say? 9/12.
Oh, yeah.
How united we were.
The day everybody was an American.
Yeah.
9/12, yeah.
And how how beautiful it was. It was cool. And how I noticed that just as a teenager,
Yeah.
And being here and seeing it. But you were over there. Yeah, you're right, right? It's a different perspective. It really is. We're like, whoa, we're seeing all this stuff happen. Everything here was shut down. Not shut down like no one's going to work, but everyone's paying attention.
Yeah.
You can go get gas, fuel, go eat, and TV is on. Everyone's watching what's going on, dude.
Well,
It's like Independence Day, huh?
that would be the next one that would maybe bring everyone together is when the aliens attack.
Yeah.
We might all be like, hey, fuck
Well,
it.
they already
Screw our
declassified
differences.
videos.
Oh, well, we can get into that too. Yeah, no,
So many ways to go here.
I think I was a junior in high school. I was like whatever my first period class was when it went down. I was like, because I showed up right after the first tower went down, and it was like, what, And yeah, so I remember just watching it all day, and it was interesting, like perspective wise, and like I wasn't, at that time, I could care less about politics or anything, like at that age, But I did think it was like, I think the consensus was, let's go mess them up. Whoever did this, let's get after it. Now, obviously, time goes on. Maybe things were or were not, as far as reasons of why the war extended. But that initial push to like, this isn't okay. I think it's a horrible incident that drives the country to push together.
Yeah.
At least on a very basic standpoint, right? That like, this isn't okay, and we're all on that same page, And it sucks because like you kind of brought it up right now. It's like, dude, turmoil just left and right. I mean, look what happened yesterday.
Oh yeah.
We don't have to get into that at all. I just another dividing factor.
Yeah, that's we're full of dividing factors. Like I take it the simplest thing. So you look at an application, job or anything, they're always asking, are you white, Hispanic, Asian, black, this and that. Also, when you go to another country, Brazil, Italy, do they ask you if you're a white Italian, a black Italian, a Hispanic Italian? No, everybody's Italian, Right. That's what, like,
That's
one of those.
Point. That's a really good point.
Yeah, one of those things is like, no, you should ask, are you a citizen? Are you a resident? Or is your status other? That's all you need to know. I was like, but no, there's always these little dividers in our life.
Right. It's like subliminal reminders, or not even reminders, but a subliminal push to make you feel like, oh yeah, I'm this.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is like, I don't know, big picture of stuff. You'd think like, why? Like, why does that matter? And that's a great point, right? In other countries, they don't care.
Yeah,
exactly. And they shouldn't care. It's like, are you from here or you're not?
Yeah, exactly.
And then going from there, whatever you're doing. But yeah, anyway, we are in a very interesting timeline
for sure.
right now, for sure.
Dude, when you were overseas, how long was your tour? Was it 6 months?
Just under 6 months. So yeah, so we ended up coming back like mid-June, like early July.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, since it was the initial like push and wave in, so after that they started bringing back like the people that are out there and bringing in like the reservists and stuff like that. Even though there was reservists out there at the time, but it started rotating units. That's, I think, when they started figuring out these rotations that they were going to start doing.
Not like World War II. You're here until the war is over.
Dude, that is nuts.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? Because I was watching Saving Private Ryan the other day.
Yeah.
You know, of course, like I'm in this, promotional process. I'm all stressed out. I came home. I was like, I gotta watch something. I was like, I gotta get stressed. I'm putting Saving Private Ryan on, dude.
Yeah.
Right, because that's supposed to be stressful out.
Surround sound, grenades.
Wait, and I remember watching. I was thinking, I'm like, dude, that scene of Tom Hanks and his platoon and everyone storming the beaches of Normandy is absolutely insane.
Oh, yeah. That
How
first scene
accurate that
is,
was.
yeah.
And I can't imagine. So imagine all of us, me, Stewart, freaking Jordan, and Sam, in a goddamn boat. All right, guys, we're going to storm this beach. And there's just machine gun fire, bombs, and then they drop the door, and dudes are just falling down, dead, gone. And you got to keep charging.
I guarantee you, like 2 or 3 of us are down. And you got to keep on going. You're like,
yeah. And then it's like, that was insane, right? That
Yeah.
whole first scene was incredible. And how they made the push and they got there. I suggest anyone who's, younger into history, look that up and read about the amazing heroism our boys did and got on that beach. It's incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely incredible. And then they survived that. Now they got to stay another, 3 or 4 years.
dude, I
It's
know.
like
Years.
fighting. And it's
not
like, what the heck?
No rotations. You're staying there.
Yeah, you were here until the war is over.
And I just want you guys to know, if that were the case, I would be the first one to pee my pants. And I'll let you guys know I'm doing it so you don't feel awkward if it happens to you.
But it's tactical. You pee the pants to be lighter on your feet when you're storming.
Very
I
good.
see your point.
Yeah,
I see.
very good.
I'm not gonna turn away. I'm gonna pee because at this point it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Well, it goes into like I can't imagine. So right now, the stigmatism or PTSD being taboos is starting to fall away. It's a lot better. Still kind of there, I think. But I was thinking, like, how do those guys deal with that? Coming home with years of,
Yeah.
fighting for freedom, but that's years of violence.
Yeah.
Years of death and seeing things. And then, it's different now. We have 6 months, a year, whatever. Special ops guys do like 3 months. I don't know. But how was that transition for you going to war and then coming home?
Yeah, for sure there's stuff that you don't notice because I know my whole family said, you're not the same. I was like, I feel the same. But yeah, there's little things that would happen. I remember sleeping at my parents' house and my mom just being kind. She woke me up. She's like, mijo, like,
Yeah.
do you want something to eat? She was trying to wake me up. I don't know why. I just grabbed her by the neck, threw her on the ground, and I was like, somehow I just snapped out of it. And I was like, what the fuck?
Wow.
And then she was like, get your own breakfast.
You have 4 hours to get out of my house.
Yeah.
No, but it's real. I
Yeah.
mean, dude, it's not like you didn't intentionally do that, but
No.
oh my God, you're taught to be in the ready.
Yeah.
This is what you were a warrior for our country. That's tough. I mean, I talked to my dad. It took him, God, he was in Vietnam for a while and he went back because he was special ops and he went back as a contractor.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother story, but he's there for 10 years.
Oh, wow.
So he's 10 years in a war zone. So he said when he came home, he would just sit in his mother's backyard in Long Beach, which I believe our family still owns. And he's like, I would just listen to birds.
Yeah.
So I didn't hear birds for 10 years because you're in war. Bombs going on, so
Yeah.
animals are gone, everything, and just normal life. He said he did that for 5 years. It took him 5 years to snap out of it.
Yeah, it's like you're constantly under stress and tension. Like,
Yeah.
the easiest thing is just like, I just want to sit and just hear nature.
Yeah. Yeah, no
I
shit.
get it. Yeah, and I think it was a lot tougher for those guys because the whole, trying to help people with PTSD wasn't around. So it's like they just had to deal with it on our own. There wasn't as many outlets as there is nowadays, which I'm grateful for. But yeah, those guys had it really tough. Just not only just being there for years, like you said, and then coming back and they're like, all right, you're discharged.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Go
Thank
be
you.
a father,
Yeah.
husband, brother, uncle.
A normal person of society.
Yeah.
And I think that's like inherent, like a human response is that you acclimate to your surroundings and, especially in that, the training and the mental preparedness. And then once you're there and then they're there for a while, that's the new normal, right?
Yeah.
Even though it doesn't, to us, it doesn't seem normal, but like when you're there, that becomes your new normal. And then to get dropped back into what is deemed normal, if you want to call that society, it's not a switch. you know, and it is cool that we do have a ton of resources now to help with that. Cause it's like, I know I always think of that too, like World War II. And actually Sam, I was telling you that World War I, this is a shameless plug here, but the Dan Carlin's Hardcore History does a whole thing on World War I. It's like 8 hours. So it's fun. It's a good listen though. And I'm intrigued with the history of war stuff anyway, like as far as like being interesting and whatnot, but just the what's the word I'm trying to look for? But not holding life, like the sanctity of life is not important at that certain point, right? You're doing things with purpose where thousands and thousands of people are dying a day, right? Where like in World War I, which there's some good movies out there, but like there isn't like a Saving Private Ryan of World War I. True. You know, but those battlefield tactics at the time were just take a bunch of people and rush the other trench. You know, and that was when machine guns first started getting cleaned up, and they were, you know, consistent and accurate. And I mean, there was 10-foot tall piles of bodies, right? And if you survive that shit, now you got to go back. You know, you're like, you've been there fighting for 4 years. You know, you've seen basically everyone you knew has died, and then you go back into society. Like, how do those people cope with that? Yeah, like how did they? Like, you know, there's no way. They're probably psycho people, and I don't mean that in a negative way. I just mean like that would be the only response that I would think you would try to. It would take a long time to acclimate to that new lifestyle, but it's just in general, right? So it's pretty neat to see with the push for the mental health and, you know, different avenues of getting that help instead of just being the crazy person down the street that rocked back and forth on your porch. Yeah, you know. Anyway, I don't know where.
Did you guys ever see? Did you ever see those old black and white videos of the soldiers who came home from World War I that had the shell shock?
Oh yeah,
it's insane.
Yeah,
they're just sitting there, they're moving and twigging. And there was one where he was in this hospital and he had shell shock and he's just shaking and twitching and going crazy. It's sad. You can see he's a young guy. Yeah, he said he had went through World War I and came back, and just them showing him his military cover. It sent him through the roof. Just that little bit of seeing some part of the military just sent him off. It's crazy, right? Yeah. So, I mean, there's so many things that come with all that. And it's unfortunate that back then they didn't know what to do. But it's good now, even in the fire service, fire, police, they're starting to push that. At least I know certain departments offer that help for free, which is really great. Yeah. They're starting to put that at the forefront because they're realizing, hey, we got to take care of our personnel. Oh, no, for sure. Unfortunately, the suicide rate in fire fires is pretty stinking high now.
I think the suicide rate for the fire department leads the pack as far as first responders now.
Yes.
Wow, it's sad.
Yeah, it's a bummer. You know, you're kind of like, gosh, man, you know, we go out there and we serve our communities. We're with our brothers and sisters in the firehouse. It is a second family. Yeah. You know, it's just like our motorcycle club. Freaking love our club, our guys, and we get together and we're family, but sometimes you need more. You need some help. And now it's, you know, they're making it free for our personnel, which is good. Yeah. And you're starting to see it's making a bit of a change. And guys aren't afraid to step up and say, hey, I need some help. Yeah. I've had to step up and like, dude, I need to talk to somebody. Yeah. Like, this is crazy, dude. I'm stressed out.
The only thing I don't like with the fire department now, it's like these individual dorm rooms. Like I like the open dorm just because you get to know people and you know when somebody's off. With these dorm rooms now, it's like you have these newer guys like, oh, you know, I'm done with all I need to do. So they just go in their room or laptop or whatever. You don't see them. You're like...
all day?
Yeah, and it's like, how am I supposed to gauge what you're going through in the minute time we eat or do something when you're just hiding out? You know,
that's a good point.
So, yeah.
That's a really good point, actually.
I never thought about that.
Like... And I don't know what the fix to that would be because that's the general push as far as with technology and people being on their phones or computers or whatever, or with social media or however they, you know, 'cause I was having a conversation about this the other day, just talking about like, you know, used to like, oh, that's what it was. It was talking about how like when you grew up, like you went and visited like cousins or like, you know, when you had family gatherings, like as a kid, like, was it fun for you? Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, like doing family functions was rad because like I didn't have the opportunity to see all my family very often. So when you did, it was like catching up and, you know, playing sports, doing whatever. Yeah. And the person I was talking about it had some older kids and he was saying like how it's just so different now. Now it's like inconveniencing to like them go see family. And we're talking about the reason being is because now everything is connected through your phone. Yeah. So it's like instead of feeling like that obligation or like not, you know, if it is an obligation to you, then that's one way to look at it. But instead of being that excited, like, oh, I'm going to catch up. Like, dude, crazy stuff's happened over this last year. You know what I mean? Like, I got to talk to you about it. But that's going away because now you can post something and write a little comment, and then that's the new like connection point.
Yeah.
Right. Instead of it being like in person, spending time, all that stuff. So I feel like we just have this like kind of crazy generational gap where I say that, and it's really not that long. It's a couple of years difference, right? It's basically on the tail end of, because when you were in high school, is that the internet came out?
Yeah.
It was my senior year.
Yeah.
It was like AOL dial-up, right? All that. So that like time period, within 5 years from that point, now people had the ability to constantly be in connection with one another via these, whatever their device that they're using. But now in the workspace, that's like the new normal, right? Like instead of hanging out with the crew, you know, because it's like, especially when you go out in the fire service, like I'm sure it's like, you know, you work out together, you play sports together, safe sports, obviously. But that camaraderie building mechanism was a key part of your day, right? And also running calls and service and providing all that stuff, obviously. But, you know, that's how you were able to gauge differences with each other. Like you knew like, hey, fucking Bob's having a shitty week. What's going on, dude? You're normally like loud and talking, and now they're like hermit. But now it's like everyone's kind of that way.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
it's like if you go in the station and you see people like, you know, if they're in between calls or whatever and they're sitting in the chairs and the TV's on, look who's actually watching TV. More than likely, it's probably just you.
Yeah.
If you are, you know what I mean? Or if you're not looking at a phone, you know, because everyone else is just,
Exactly.
you know, and it's like I don't know what the next step in that is, right? Because it's very important, I think, to still have that camaraderie, all those team building skills, you know, because of being able to identify issues among one another. And like, let's be real here, you know, whether you like someone or not, you're probably trying to help.
Yeah.
You know, and so I'm kind of curious, like, what is the next 10 years going to look like? Is no one even going to be together? Are we all just going to Uber each stuff to the rooms or whatever? You know what I mean? And like everyone just does their own thing, and you just show up on the rig for a call.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting.
No, for sure. It's very interesting. But yeah, I remember like Tim, you said last time with this whole phone and stuff like that, you know, the endorphins that you get, and it just, you're getting so much information in that little thing.
Yeah.
So it's like an addiction. It's like, I know myself, I try not to use it, but yeah, it's like, yeah, you can catch up on news, sports, that in a matter of seconds. Like, hold up, let me put a bet in real quick.
Yeah, right. We do. We can. So literally in our phones, I thought about this the other day. I do everything off my phone. I pay my bills, your contacts, your emails, your calendar. I mean, everything is in our phone. I rarely use my computer.
Yeah.
If I use my computer, I mean, I work on my master's degree now, but that's about it. I mean, I'm typing papers out and doing things, but that's pretty much the only time. It sucks. School's for fools.
Nerd.
But yeah, I was thinking, I'm like, oh my God, like from when we were in high school, right? You said internet finally came out to now. Yeah, that's been what, 16 years or something. But still, if you think about it, that's a really short time for technology to span that quick and to be able to do so much, to where now our headphones aren't even wired.
Yeah.
Everything's Bluetooth. You know, I can send you pictures Bluetooth through our phones. You know, I can text you pictures. I mean, everything's done with the phone, and that's kind of why, at least like you said with social media, I don't put much on social media anymore. I kind of stepped away from it. So I have a few things up, but really it's just for the podcast, and that's it. And I have more people now texting and calling me.
Oh.
That's good.
Interesting, right?
Yeah.
They're calling, hey, I haven't been able to keep up with you, man. You're not on social media. I'm like, yeah, I don't need it. I'm just like, I have it, but I'm not putting anything up.
Yeah, when you text me, I was like, hey, why are you texting? Why don't you call me? But I was actually on the call. Like, it works.
So, yeah, I mean, I think people don't realize how addicting your phone is and how much it's actually taking away from your social life, like literally talking to somebody, right? As humans, we're made for connection. That's how we are. We need to talk to people. We need community. In the phone, people think they have community just because they're looking at a screen and can see a picture of you at the beach or riding a motorcycle, or some people want to put pictures of their freaking food up, right? But whatever. And it's like, that's not keeping up with me. And you're literally seeing the representative of everybody. Everybody's putting their best pictures and best part of them up forward. You're not seeing what's behind the scenes, the struggles that they're having, the issues they may have in a relationship, a death in the family, a struggle, whatever it may be. So you think they're fine, they're okay. And I think I said this too in the podcast before. I saw a friend, thought they had it all. Right, I'm thinking, dang man, this guy's he's beautiful wife, his kids, he's married, they got trailers and they're doing stuff. He's a fellow firefighter, and then bumped into him at work, and he just seemed a little off. Hey, dude, what's up? What's going on? He's like, oh man, I hate my life. I'm like, what?
Good morning to you too.
Yeah, I was like, dude, everything looks great. He's like, no, I'm getting a divorce. I was like, oh, damn. Shoot. Oh, shoot. I'm like, I thought, he's like, nah, dude. No, my wife wanted me to take all those pictures.
That's the thing that people think they know you because of what you post on social media.
Right.
But yeah, that's why, when you guys go out, especially when you guys are interviewing people on the streets and stuff like that, it's very cool because you hear people's story and everybody has a story. And then when you talk to them, it's interesting what you hear. You're like, oh man, you've done some stuff, or people, you've got some struggles, this very interesting. And yeah, I think we've for sure lost that connection.
Oh, huge. Big time. That's why I'm so big on just calling people. I try to call people as much as I can. I am very busy with a lot of stuff, but I try to be intentional.
Yeah.
Try to be intentional and talk to people, and because it means I know when someone calls me or even just sends me a text, hey, what's going on? What's new? Like, I love that. Instead of, liking a picture or leaving a comment or emoji on a picture or whatever, or wishing me happy birthday on, it's like, how about instead of wishing me, why don't you call or text me? Instead of putting it on social media, so everyone can see. So it's like you checked in for my birthday. Like get out of here,
but that's the social standard now.
That's
you know
true.
what I mean? Because and I agree with everything that you're saying. I just feel like the other side of it is that we've morphed into this that's like appropriate, right? So like, because I think we've talked about it a couple times. Like the fake fronts of social media, and it's like, why don't they make like a I think I was joking around, so I would never do this, but like Insta-sad, like instead of Instagram, right? Where it's like where people put up like real shit. They're like having a shitty day, behind on my bills, relationship issues, whatever, X, Y, Z, and then see what that runs with. You know what I mean? But no one wants to do that, right? And I understand that because you're not trying to air your dirty laundry out there publicly, depending on how you.
Oh my God! Some people put way too much out there.
Some people do, but that's still like kind of a. Kind of moment where like
cry for help, maybe
it might be, and as well, like I guess good. At least you're trying to get help if that's your intention.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just think as this moves forward, we kind of just become content with the way things are, and I don't think that adds any benefit to society. You know what I mean? If anything, it kind of convolutes things because, like you said, right? You're like, oh, I know this guy. I've known him for a long time. To me, seems like he's doing great, but behind the scenes, wife's leaving him, right? Devastated, troubles, all that stuff. So, again, right? It's just like, okay, well, is that just going to be the new normal? Right?
Well,
But then if it is, then why are, like if everyone's really going to ask the question why, well, then they really need to look into this is probably the proponent of why this is going this way. Yeah. But again, right, it would never, I don't know. This is my skeptical brain. We'll always be like, well, that'll never happen because there's too much money involved in this whole process and everyone's, I shouldn't say balls deep, but you get what I'm saying, into this, social media stuff.
Well, think about
nothing's going to change.
Think about this too. When did you guys ever think that it was going to be such a priority for our departments to have an Instagram, a Twitter, and a Facebook?
I remember there was a point in time where you would take down posts that you had because if you were trying to get hired somewhere, that would be your investigator could look it up and be like, oh, they saw you at a party one time, having a picture, it looked like a drink in someone's hand, and that could be potentially, deterrent.
I never had that.
It's weird though, right? Because I see it the same way. They're putting out, oh, look at our personnel training, look at them on these fires, which is good. Our community needs to see that we work hard, because you always get that, well, they just sit around. No, we don't. Okay,
not true. Yeah.
One, we get paid for what we're willing to do, but two, we train a lot. We're the tip end of the spear. We have to know a lot of things, know a lot about of different rescue techniques, to rigs, to fire calls, to medical aids, to everything you could think of, right? Because when someone calls 911, who's the first one to show up? We are.
Right.
If bombs hit from another country or the world cracks in half, we're getting sent. And we have to know how to try to mitigate that, right? It's crazy. But these departments, they're going to show that it's a front, right? They're going to show, oh, look how great we are. Well, why aren't you showing the politics behind all your freaking decisions you're making? Huh?
Because
why don't you show all the
politics.
why don't you show all the firefighters that you're backstabbing? Huh? I'm saying, that's why I think, I'm like, it's like everything starts to fall in motion with the culture and society. You know, it's like kind of like, oh, you guys are freaking stupid. That's what I think. I'm like, whatever.
It's and it again, right? It's just and it's not just for this job. It's for a lot of things, right? And that's, I don't know. I mean, and personally, I feel like that's part of the issue with people having so much knowledge at their fingertips is now you have to account for the amount of questions of accountability that there are, which is now with the situation that we're in currently, right? So so pick a subject. It doesn't matter whatever subject it is. That's, we'd consider it a tension issue on talking points. But because people now have the access to be like, well, the TV told me this, but I found like 50 different things from what appears to be credible stuff that are saying otherwise, what the hell's really going on, right? But they're not. But people aren't going to do that, right? Or they like to say like news networks, whatever, right? Won't give you that. It's the same thing with every other front. You know, whether it's the fire department, whether it's the police department, whatever, you know, they're going to promote what they want you to see. Now, I'm not against them promoting stuff that is done at work, because I think people deserve credit, you know, for, look, there's great calls, saves, everything. That should be highlighted. Those are good things because, one, we're confirming why we're getting paid what we get paid because of what we're willing to do, and look how we've helped people. But you can't make the same argument because, like, the fire department's like this, but if a cop makes a save or saves someone's life or stops something, but you don't really see that. You only see the bad stuff. So you know what I mean? Like there's a narrative control that is acceptable by society's standards by just what they get. You know, so it's like, you know, like there's so many layers to that. You know, it's it's crazy. You know, but again, right, it all kind of falls into, well, someone's got to pick a lane to show, and this is what they did, and if it's accepted, that's what stays. You know, thankfully for us, the fire department is generally a liked entity. You know, we're there to help people. We want to do the best we can. We work hard, all of the above, right? The backside of that, though, is when, you know, like the stuff with the vaccination things, right? With there's certain departments that were getting rid of people who've had lifetime careers that have put their lives on the line and saved how many people and are willing to not be with their families and do all X, Y, and Z. But now because they, let's say, didn't choose to fall in line with the vaccination request, now they're potentially getting fired. You know what I mean? Like it's like, to your point of why are you going to pretend like everything's honky dory and we're so awesome, but yet we'll treat the people that work for us this way? You know, I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, so I was going on a tangent there.
No, go.
That brings me to my next point.
Yeah. Well, I mean, speaking of which, Stewart, you're going through that.
I am actually,
you're experiencing right now, right?
Yeah, going through that whole stuff, you know, and obviously with vaccination and other policies that they have in there that there's questions to. It's it's been a long 2 years now.
Oh, it's got to be stressful. You know, you're giving you've worked hard, you've achieved a lot for yourself and for your family. You've been serving your community, and a lot of people don't understand when we say serving community, that means all hours of the day and night we're on shift. Miserable conditions at times, and you put your helmet on and you go to work, you know, no questions asked, doesn't matter. And then because you choose to not be vaccinated, you're done. We're not going to help you. We don't care what you've done for us. You're out of here.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That has to feel like such a gut punch and a betrayal. That's how I view it. I'm just like, how can you do this to our firefighters? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so much that we sacrifice. There's so much we're exposed to as far as cancer, and how even our lack of sleep, that's a huge carcinogen. You know, there's so much that we go through, and then trying to go home and be normal and be a father, be a husband, all that. And then because I choose to not put something in my body, now I'm a POS to you. Now I'm a nobody.
Yeah. And it's especially with with this whole shot thing. It's, I understand like maybe like 2 years ago where everybody, you know, obviously with the media, like you were talking about, they portray a certain thing. They portrayed a certain thing about this thing, but you know, over the last 2 years, slowly information's come out, and it shows that obviously this is not a good thing. There's a lot of side effects. You got athletes that are just suddenly having these sickness or dying. I know we were going on a lot of people that were vaccinated or just got vaccinated, suddenly died, and their families. I have no reason or knowledge why this would happen. And I remember. They asked our medical director, they're like, hey, can we start tracking these individuals that got the shot? So to actually try to get information out there. We're on the front lines. Why not try to get more information so we have a better understanding what this is doing to people? And then He just told, the people that asked him, like, absolutely not.
Wow.
We're not going to do that. I was like, okay. So you hate trying to think about like rabbit holes and stuff like that, but there's like, all right, there's a reason.
We love rabbit holes.
Yeah.
Here.
Oh, dude, I know.
It's funny you mentioned that, dude, because happens to be one of my favorite things.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's for sure an agenda, and stuff like that. But yeah, like you said, it's been stressful. You do all this stuff for the department, you sacrifice your family, thinking is, I'm just thankful I haven't gone through a divorce because, yeah, we're not around that much, and right. Sometimes now with staffing, it's like it's hard to get a day off. And then you get one day off and you're trying to do in one day what you normally do in 3 days, and you're trying to accomplish all this. And then you got to go back to the station. And then me being in my position, as a captain, I try to tell the guys, I try to keep a positive image for them. I don't want to go there moping and bringing my decisions that I took and that attitude reflect on them, because it's like, all right, well, we're having a crappy day. He's having a crappy day. So I try to keep a positive attitude. And just recently, like a couple months ago when I gave them their performance evaluation, I actually told them, I was like, if I ever brought any negativity because of where I'm at, there's other guys that haven't got the shot on my shift also, but I was like, I hope that didn't reflect or I didn't push that on you guys. I always try to come in with a positive attitude because I got to steer the ship, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I got to be a positive person there. I got to make sure everything goes right. So yeah, it's been long.
Yeah,
it's been tiring.
But I mean, you've gone through the whole process, right? They've given you, notices that you will be terminated. And at least in the fire department, we call it Scully process. That has to be stressful.
Yeah. So I went through that whole process, got my intent to suspension. We'll suspend your letter date because we need you to work. So right now it's not good for us. Then it came in an intent to discharge, and then
so great.
Can I hold you off real quick?
Yeah, we got to. Hold on, we got to talk about that.
If we'll say I'm not an expert in anything, okay, nothing. I'm not going to claim to be. I'm not going to claim I'm not a virologist or a doctor or anything of the above. But a very commonsensical approach to this: if you are forcing someone to take something because you're worried about not them as an individual as well as the people that surround them, how and why is there any way humanly possible that if you would say, okay, well, we're going to potentially fire you for not complying with this, but we need you to keep working because we're short-staffed, but it's coming, just so you know, but not right now. You see what I'm saying? Like,
it's like, so crazy.
Like if you were to tell me that, like, not involved in that service of work, I'd be like, they're crazy. That doesn't make any sense. What's going on here? Which I think is a common thought process and to why, right? But it's just like, I keep, in the back of my mind, I keep thinking like some kind of like, all of a sudden the clouds will open up and be like, people are like, oh, dude, hey, look, we made a mistake. This is our bad. You know what I mean? Like, sorry for everything, which is like, especially with government work. It's like, hey, we fucked up. I'm sorry. Are we cool? We're cool, right? You keep doing you. We'll do us. We'll work on the next project together.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. I keep waiting for that to happen, and it doesn't.
No.
And I'm like, God, dude, like, how long is it going to drop? I haven't even heard the word COVID for a few weeks, and honestly forgot about it until I read something the other day where it was like, oh, we approved kids like 5 months and older can now take it. So I'm like thinking, damn, dude, they're still pushing.
Oh yeah,
pushing.
There's a push for this, and yeah, like I said, you can go down rabbit holes and why they're trying to push this. But yeah, like you said, somebody typed these letters up and they're like, yeah, it makes sense. Here you go, and they gave it to us. But yeah, I don't know where is this going to go. Like you said, I hope one day the clouds do open and like, hey, even if they said like, yeah, this was all BS and we had to follow orders, but we're sorry. It's like, okay, go back to normal. But it doesn't seem like there's, at least here in this state, there's any normalcy that's going to come anytime soon.
No.
So yeah.
No. Well, what happened to all the, remember they were saying if you don't get the vaccine, there's going to be mass deaths to the unvaccinated.
Yeah.
Where's the mass deaths at? What happened? You know?
Our medical director pretty much came to station and said, like, we are going to lose at least 300 people in our department. And he said, so take the shot. Like, this is what's going to happen. I remember when I'm going to go decline it too, I was talking to my buddy, and then he came in. He said, oh, somebody else is getting the shot. And it's like, no, he's declining it. And then He's like, why? I was like, I don't feel I need something that has a survivability rate above 98%. I was like, those are pretty good odds. It's obviously higher, but he said, no, you got a good point. He's like, but you have a couple seconds. So here I'm thinking this medical director, this doctor is going to tell me something like facts-wise, that's going to sway my decision or whatever at that point. But this guy pretty much said, yeah, you're probably healthy and you're good, but you're going to get sick and you're going to kill others. And I was like,
Jeez.
I was like, this is what he's telling me? I was like, all right, good talk. That's literally what I told him. I was like, good talk. And I turned my back to him and I just laughed. I was like, I can sit here and argue. I was like, because that was a piece of shit fucking statement for him to say. Like, I thought he was going to say something facts-wise to try to sway me. He's like, no, you're going to kill people. I was like, okay, I'm done. Yeah.
Thanks, Doc.
Yeah, exactly.
You have a good day.
Exactly.
Well, what has that done to morale?
Dude,
And
yeah.
it's, not just morale, but now you got to think about the people who stand by the vaccination, people who just choose not to do it. Now there's that divide. Because I've heard of crews that don't even eat together now in certain departments, where it's like, you guys will eat, over here, you eat over. They're so upset with each other.
Yeah.
And that's, to me, it's dangerous, especially in the fire service, because you got to be tight.
Yeah.
You got to have their crew continuity. You got to be able to trust, I know my captain's going to make the right decision, engineer's going to do what he's got to do, and I can trust my firefighter, my fellow firefighter on the rig, that if something goes down, he's going to get me out.
Yeah.
And now you're kind of like, well, where do we stand, guys? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, it's like you said, dividers, they're special. That's a divider, and you can't have that in the department. When I trust, if you were at the station with me, you were at the station, is like, I trust you with my life. I was your decisions, my decisions, your decisions. I know that we're taking decisions so we all make it home to our families. And if there's a divider, like, well, that fucking piece of shit's not vaccinated, so fuck them.
Right?
Are they thinking that? I don't know, but that's sad that there's stations that are not eating together. But yeah, I think I think overall in the department's down, especially over the last 2 years. You're grinding away, doing the right thing, showing up every morning, and then,
working your forces when you're asked.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're just taking your licks, and then they're like, yeah, but if you don't do this, you're gone. You're like, all right. So yeah, there's guys that are like, yeah, they said like, once they fire me, I'll just go do something else. They're
I've
content.
heard that quite a bit.
I've never heard people say like, yeah, I'm done with the fire department. This is not for me anymore. I've never heard those words.
Dude,
but
when we were getting hired, you'd never hear that.
No.
And even my dad was, when you get a government job, you stay, right? And the same thing. I've heard a lot of guys like, I could just do something else.
Yeah.
Thinking like, whoa, this is a change in the tide here, man.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You don't ever hear that, ever.
Well,
Yeah.
and just because the amount of time and effort that it goes into obtaining that position,
And then
getting
keeping-
hired on,
right?
and
Your certifications,
yeah, and it's like, by no means is it easy, and it's in a constant state of getting better at the position, and I would say as a general consensus, probably over 90% of all fire department employees are constantly trying to better themselves to be better at the job, right? So it's like, of course, there's always people that probably coast, but that's not my experience. That's not a lot of, I'm sure we can all attest to that. And, so it's like, and you're still willing to be like, you know what? I've been here for 15 years. I'm good. I'm not going to do this anymore.
Yeah.
So it's a tough, and it's a bummer because, I feel like a lot of the demeanor from let's say for the crews that are split, right? So let's say whatever side of it that you're on, the surrounding, like the public, I shouldn't say the public. What I mean by is like the influential stuff just keeps driving the division, and it doesn't let up. Go turn on your radio, right? If you still listen to the radio.
I know, I was thinking,
which I have to do. Okay, all right, I do have XM, but I do listen to the radio too. I gotta know what's new, dude. I get you. But every other commercial is some sort of plug for vaccination reasons. Whether it's like a happy-go-lucky one, do your best, be safe, do this, get vaccinated, or don't be that person. Don't spread it to other people. Whatever the stance is, you're constantly being reinforced from every other angle. So it's like there's nothing else that's going to stop the division drive, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the thing, is that like it's like once the foot's on the gas pedal, they don't let up. And when I say they, I just mean like everything that surrounds us.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate because at the base level, when you show up to work and you put your gear on the rig, all of the above of what you said, you need to trust those other people with your life, essentially. Even though it sounds taboo and like every day is like backdraft. It's not. Yeah. But there can be moments.
Right.
And in those moments, the last thing that I need to be worried about is if this person I'm working opposite end of doesn't agree with my stance or vice versa, that there's going to be a hesitation factor. Mm-hmm. And that's dangerous.
Very.
Absolutely. And and again, right? I guess at this point we could just hope.
Yeah.
Just hope that this, and again, not looking, it's not like an apology thing. It doesn't have to be that way at all. Just, hey, look, this is the standards have changed. We're doing this now. Sorry, but we got to do business as usual. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Most everyone's going to go, okay. And then keep trucking, So I don't know. I'm hopefully optimistic, about it. But, when we're talking to you about the scenario, and that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just hope that it works out and things get better for you,
Yeah. But there's more information coming out, especially since that judge told these Pfizer and everybody they had to release all these research that they had instead of waiting like X amount of years.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, so
that should say something in itself to you, right?
I know, exactly. So they're releasing the information, so hopefully the right people see it and things start changing and stuff like that, because nobody's out there to hurt the public and stuff like that. And if there is information that people need to know, they should know, it's an informed consent.
That's the right to know.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, what for you and the other personnel that are kind of going what you went through, and you're getting letters of notices and all this stuff, Skelly process. What is there a next move for you guys? Do you have lawyers? What is this group doing?
So so we have a lawyer, and there's obviously he's doing his thing, but there's dividers. So there's a couple of us that just haven't done anything, haven't even registered, done anything. So it's like there's a big battle for the vaccination, and then there's small battles where some of us are just like, hey, I'm not doing this. I'm not registering with this company. I don't want you. They don't need to know my information. So just going through that process, and I just take it one step at a time and try to. I try not to think too far ahead because I don't want to stress out too much.
That's true.
So I just try to take a day at a time as the information comes in. I'll make a next move, and then, just talk to my union reps and stuff like that, and then just get advice and just go from there. But I don't need to stress out about this. It's I already lose sleep just on calls at the station.
Yeah, no joke,
the rest of the life, the other stressors.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I also see you have a Firefighters for Freedom hat on.
I do, yeah.
Which is awesome. How they help? Have you guys contacted them at all?
We kind of I got this at one of the rallies, but we there's different like branches, stuff like that. There's San Gabriel and stuff like that. We have the LA County Free. So
that's right. Like I met them at a couple of rallies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I had that hat, but I couldn't find it this morning. I got off, and then I was just scrambling.
Dude, you're good, bro. I wear Firefighters for Freedom all the time.
Yeah.
Bro. I freaking love it. Support them 100%.
Yeah.
Thanks, boys.
Yeah.
But dude, we're gonna wrap this up. I do want to talk about a motorcycle club, though.
Yeah.
When did you start riding motorcycles, dude? Has that kind of been a thing since you were like 18 or what?
No, the first time I rode anything, I was small, and then my dad bought he had a scooter or something like that. I was maybe like 10. So, Dad, let me ride this. He's like, dude, you're gonna fall. I'm like, nah, dude, I got this.
Hell yeah.
So I got on there. I just gunned it, and I just slid that thing underneath the car. After that, I never rode again till when I got out of the Marine Corps. I went to go take my permit, got my permit, and then I bought a Yamaha R6.
That's sick.
And then I was like, I didn't know how to ride, and I was like, hey, Dad, can you ride this home? And then when I get in front of the house, I'll practice in front. I don't want to. If I fall, I'll fall in front of the house, not over here.
Yeah, dude. Oh, I know. That's just embarrassing.
Yeah. So then, rode street bikes for a bit. Traded that in, got a Ducati, and then I wasn't riding that much after a while. So I was like, I sold that, and then I took a break, and then I was like, all right, I'm gonna get the Harley. I always wanted a Harley, so I got the Harley.
Hell yeah.
And just been riding that now. So.
You got Road Glide, right?
Yeah, Road Glide.
Dude, it's so good.
Yeah,
it's so nice, bro.
Yeah, they're so nice. It's there's these guys that ride these Road Kings, Softails, and stuff like that. There's like no fairings or anything like that. I was like, dang, these guys are.
You gotta have a fairing.
Yeah.
I had a Softail for a while. Dude, you're battling the wind.
Oh, yeah.
And then when you get to where you want to go, you're just hammered tired.
You're already tired.
Yeah, because you're hanging on for dear life. Though. And I had 18-inch apes. So I was like, you think it's cool, and it's like, dude, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
I'm so tired, dude. Oh my god! But yeah, I like our motorcycle club. I'm glad that we're both involved, and the dudes that were in there, because and actually both of you guys have met guys from the club, haven't you, Sam, Jordan?
Yeah, there's been a couple.
Yeah,
on the
Footy.
show.
Yeah, Pete
Shout
Footy.
out, dude.
God,
Pete Footy.
Pete Footy. Good lord,
fun
dude.
one.
Yeah, yeah. We had Pete, my president, on there, Frank, and but it's cool because it really does feel like a real tight brotherhood and a family, and we can actually talk about really tough things, not just personal life, but also with work.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people don't understand just riding and having that hum of the motor and just going somewhere, grabbing a couple of drinks. Dude, it changes so much in your head, your mentality, just like you feel free. There's so many times, at least for me riding, I have a massive sound system in mine. I rarely use it.
Really?
Yeah. I just sit there and listen to the hum of the motor, dude.
Can I ask a question as a non-motorcycle rider?
Yeah.
Not that anything against it. I think it's rad and awesome. I just haven't jumped down that lane yet, which I'm surprised by now. I thought that I might actually buy a bike.
You have a bicycle.
I have a bicycle. Actually, Tim let me borrow one of his road bikes, and that's my Harley.
Nice.
I make funny. I put little baseball cards in the spokes.
Yeah.
I love
You
it.
know,
Dude.
so
You still gotta get your
it's like
spandex, dude. Get that Lycra.
I don't know. I need to shave 20 more pounds, and I'll wear it.
Fine.
But the question was, when you're riding in your sound system, is it muffled sound, or do you hear it loud and clear?
Loud and clear. Yeah, there's some great sound systems out there. You hear it loud and clear and stuff like that. Other guys, they'll have the little Bluetooth inside of their helmet, so they hear it like that, music in there.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Tim's system, I know mine, I can hear it loud and clear.
Dude, you can hear it fine. And like he said, a lot of us have Bluetooth in your helmet. So I can make a phone call while I'm riding, and it sounds like you're in a quiet room.
Really?
It's interesting, dude. It works out great. So people will call me and I'm like, hey, what are you doing? It's like, oh, I'm just riding a motorcycle. What? Yeah, I'm just I'm on the free right now. I'm going down 605.
Yeah.
How are you able to talk?
Bluetooth,
baby.
It's 2022.
Yeah, it's 2022, man. Come on. It's freaking awesome. It's freaking awesome. But I mean, riding for you and being in the club, it's got to be something that you absolutely enjoy.
I do. It's what I really enjoyed, like you said, talking to people, because when I started coming around, hanging out, you talk to everybody from all these different departments, and everybody has a story, and we have so many similarities, even though you're on the East Coast, down south, doesn't matter. There's a lot of similarities that we have, and it's very cool hearing how other departments are, and then hearing the stories that all our club members have. And that's really what got me. It wasn't like, oh, I love riding a pack. It was just meeting and talking to everybody. That's really what got me.
Oh, yeah. And our trips, man. I will tell you right now, if you guys want to join a club and have a good time, in a fire, baby. Holy cow. It's been a blast, dude.
Oh, yeah. Great times. Great
It's
times.
freaking wild, dude.
Take a Uber there. I'll meet you.
Oh, dude, I'll tell you,
You know
what.
what you got to do?
Some of the best dudes you'll ever meet in your entire life. Like, the fire department has changed a lot. They say brotherhood, not that much. Maybe within your station. But you want to talk about a brotherhood? This is a brotherhood.
Yeah.
Straight up through and through brotherhood. Take care of you. It's amazing, dude. And that's why I love it. I really do. It's
awesome.
good. Yeah, heck yeah. You guys should join.
Sam, what do you think, dude?
Sam
have
can't
to
be a
get another
firefighter.
bike.
All right, so what I'm thinking is, Sam, you get a Harley. I'll get the sidecar. You either ride it, you can drive. I'll ride.
I got you.
We can get matching
Dude,
helmets or something.
It'd be a lot quicker. Yeah, because I can ride, so I just got to get another bike.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know what to get, man. I've been thinking about a cross rocket, but I can't do that. Yeah.
I want to be comfortable.
Exactly. At
wanna
this
ride
age,
far.
we're not trying to, haul ass.
exactly.
Yeah.
No,
And you're a pretty big dude, man.
Yeah,
That's why I
man.
said
You'd have to
you
get
should
a
switch.
big
He should
bike.
be in the sidecar, and you should ride.
That would be crazy.
Yeah, but you ride with us. Stewart would be like, you guys
long
need to
as-
be in the back 500 feet behind us.
Yeah, man.
As long as we can smoke cigarettes while we're driving, dude. That's my only stipulation.
Yeah, but you know what? Shout out to our club. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's a big part of, I think, both our lives, and it means a lot to us. And it's, I love it, man.
Yeah,
it's truly
absolutely.
a family.
It
really
is.
is, dude. I mean, it's good. You got quirky guys, you got funny guys, and you got the weirdos. But you know what? We're a family.
Yeah, exactly.
Take them all, dude.
That makes a family, dude.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If everyone was the same, it'd be boring as shit.
Yeah,
very
exactly.
true.
You got to have
Hello,
the
salutations.
gentlemen. First notice of business. What are we eating today? You're like, get out of here, dude. Where's the beer?
Yeah.
Well, this is another part I like about too, is like you have us kind of younger dudes, but then you got the guys who've been in the career 20, 30 plus years and they're still riding. Man, they have so much wisdom.
Yeah.
And it's not just wisdom in the fire service, but wisdom in life.
Absolutely.
You can talk to them about stuff like, they're like, kid, let's have a beer. I've been there. You've been there 2 times. You're like, oh shit, what?
Yeah.
So it's been good. There's a lot of things that I've learned and actually like counseling and coaching I've gotten from some of our older members who've been around a long time. They've been freaking spot on, dude.
Yeah.
Spot on. So
That's
shout out to Men of Fire, dude.
Yeah,
We
absolutely.
freaking love you guys. But we have a couple questions. Bring it. You're going to answer first.
Okay.
And we're going to go around the room.
All right. So,
Hopefully not.
all right. So we'll, there we go. We'll start with the silly. Well, they're all kind of silly. But,
He said silly. I love when he said silly.
dude, I say it a lot, dude. Someone said that the other day. They're like, silly? I'm like, I know.
I love it.
I don't know why. It's just, it's a
I'm gonna get a hat
that I
made, dude.
use. It just says silly.
Yeah, we're gonna put let's go podcast and silly in
Silly.
quotes, dude. Just for you.
Oh, dude.
Dude, when you get a bike, that's going to be your road name.
Ah, yeah.
Ring that bell.
Well, as long as it wasn't dubbed by me, dude, I'll take the.
Yeah, you can't dub yourself.
You can't make your own name.
Not like
No,
some,
Not like Long Johnson Don, whatever you call
Long
it.
John Johnson.
Yeah.
I can't. Dang it! I didn't know stuff too. All right, first question. It says, if you can play one video game for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Are you a video game guy?
Not anymore, but when I was young, I'd play it all the time. Dude, there's some great ones. Man, that's a hard one because growing up, I started with because my uncle would get, video games, so I'd get ColecoVision, Atari. So I went through all of them.
Remember Contra?
Yeah, Contra,
Dude,
yeah.
Contra was
what was it? Up, up, down, down.
Yeah, dude. Left, right, left, right, A, B, A, B.
Oh yeah,
The real ones know.
Infinity Lives. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know. I'd probably say Call of Duty when it first came out. And that's because, I was nerding out with my cousins and we'd go do the midnight release. We'd come.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, we'd be at the house. We'd order pizzas. We'd have like a bunch of screens. So we'd have our own team. So, yeah. That was
You're
a good
taking me
time.
back. I did it with my brothers.
Yeah.
And my friends. We used to go wait at GameStop.
Yeah.
Midnight. And there was one time I bought a dozen donuts. I was getting the people. Dude, it's like, I miss those days. It's
Yeah.
even like when we used to go when new records or CDs would come out from bands.
Yeah.
And you'd wait at the store or whatever.
Warehouse.
Yeah,
Say it.
warehouse.
You said warehouse. Dude, I knew
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to date myself. But remember, it's experience, right?
Yeah.
You wait in line, you finally get that new release, you're looking through the leaflet, and you're looking at like the songs and the pictures, and then even with Call of Duty, like that's
Yeah.
all gone now.
I know.
Yeah.
Those are great days. I agree with you. Mine's Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Freaking, we used to play all the time, Jordan.
I know.
All the
I was
time.
gonna say. I was like, honestly.
He was a camper, huh? Just camping out.
Why you calling him out like that?
I just want to see.
He was a camper. Yeah, he was a camper.
Just to see if you guys remember the
I'm a running
the lingo.
gunner, dude.
Dude.
Yeah, I do.
Kamikaze.
SMGs and lots of ammo, dude. Low armor.
Have you heard of PUBG?
PUBG, no.
Jordan got me into PUBG.
Oh, yeah?
I still
Yeah,
like
check it out.
that. Yeah.
I
love
haven't. So I mean, in the last couple of years, life has been very busy. But before that, yeah, it was PUBG or Call of Duty. Lots of gaming. I'm total video game nerd.
Yeah.
I love it. But if I had to pick one game, honestly, I'm a huge Madden fan.
Oh, Madden was
What?
awesome.
Yeah, and I love
Really?
and I love football, and I just and honestly, maybe it's because like for me, like I can never play like a quick round of Call of Duty. Like it's like I don't get my fix. You know, it's like it ends up turning into an hour or way longer than I anticipated.
Yeah.
And now, like if I do get a second to play games, like I just throw Madden on real quick.
Yeah.
It's like I can get one
is
game in. It
quicker,
takes
yeah.
25 minutes. Like I'm in, out, and then I'm like either pissed that I lost or stoked that I won. I'm
Got
like,
my
still
fix.
got it. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. It's pretty close between those two.
Did you ever play Joe Montana football?
Yeah,
that was my
dude.
favorite on Sega.
That was the first football video game where you can trade a player to another team.
Yeah.
So I used to trade Joe Montana to the Bears because I'm a Bears fan.
Oh, okay.
The
Look at my guy, Sam. Look at my guy. Trading players. I was like, what? I didn't know all that.
Well, because the Bears have never had a good quarterback ever. That dates back to when football games even started. There was never, that wasn't an attribute for a team. That
I would have
positive.
guessed like Call of Duty or PUBG. Interesting. Cool.
I think I'm not trying to. Hey,
you hurt my feelings, but whatever.
If it's a game I can play with you, like if we're gonna play a game for the rest of life, Call of Duty, 100%. But if I'm saying like just I don't know, like Madden's right there, and I've just been a fan forever, and I buy the same game every year that they barely change, and it's just a waste of money.
It's a new one.
But it's new, and there's different players on different teams now, so I'm like, gotta get it.
Exactly.
Let's do it. Our previous department, since we were smaller, we actually had like a solid group of guys who played PUBG and Call of Duty.
Oh yeah.
And then we'd have a text thread, dude. There'd be like 15 of us on, dude, and we would wreak havoc. It was so much fun.
Are you back to the station? They're like, yeah, signing on right now. You're like, sick, and then. Hey, it was
actually
building
fun.
skills.
It was, dude. It was fun.
Yeah.
It actually kind of brought crew.
And to answer your question, yeah, I'm kind of a camper. So you're right.
But you know what made me laugh about Call of Duty? You have these little kids, like 12, they're just dominating. Like,
wrecking house, dude.
Like,
and they talk.
Yeah, they're talking mad trash.
Oh my God, they're good trash
man,
talking.
hey, it's past your bedtime, kid.
Yeah.
I'm like, put your parent on there so I can say something and not feel guilty.
Oh, dude, one time he's like, oh, dude, the kid told me, he's always see how fast I can. I'm going to fuck your mom. I was like, what? What are you doing? This kid sounds like he's 8 years old.
He probably
Crazy.
is.
Yeah, I'm like,
really good.
where did this kid get this from? What about you, Sam? Sam, that's a nice watch, dude. Jeez, son.
Is that a
Thanks, bro.
Diesel?
Diesel, baby. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what that looks like. Yeah, man.
He's a dude. My man's.
Man,
I did watches for a bit too.
Hey, thanks,
Nah,
bro.
just like
He's all, yeah, when I was a kid.
All these games are amazing. I'm dating myself with this one. Marvel versus Capcom. Did you guys ever play that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Iron
love
Man.
that. Iron Man. Yeah, I love. Right.
DD, super, I know, yeah. It's,
Right, and it just that I don't know, dude. I love Marvel,
Yeah.
and I love shit like that. So
Heck
but,
yeah.
being able to choose any player I want and choose like 4 of them, it's at the same time. I don't know. Dude,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
dope.
It was
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
there's so many great video games like Street Fighter,
Street
Mortal
Fighter,
Kombat,
Tekken, yeah,
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Tekken. Oh my God.
Tekken 15,
Yeah.
bro. Right.
yeah. But those, what's funny about those, because the Marvel vs. Capcom was traditionally always like an arcade game,
Right.
So it was like, to me, that's like always a throwback. Whenever there was like, we'd go to like a pizza place, that had, like a pizza parlor, if you will.
Yep.
They always had that game. It was that and Metal Slug.
And Metal Slug, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And so that's a good pull. I wasn't even thinking that. Yeah, it's like Street Fighter, but with all the
With
Marvel
everything.
comic.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Dude, I wish they'd bring arcades back. I think
Right.
you just vibe more. You're like, hey, dude, is anybody here in this like fourth stick or
Oh,
third
so much
stick?
fun.
Right.
Yeah, you're
So
like
much
squeeze
fun.
in between third quarter. Like, damn, these guys are dominating. And you get in there.
Oh, yeah.
How about when you walk up to a total random person who's just playing the computer and you jump in?
Yeah.
Like you're gonna face off.
Uh-huh.
Like there's a slight awkward like, what's up, man? Mm-hmm. Drop your token in.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna get in on this shit, and then you wreck them. Yeah, dude. Or you get wrecked,
And
by
then
a
you
random
walk
person,
of
you're like,
shame.
"Fuck, I was on a roll there, dude." You guys remember that?
Do you remember the internet cafes?
Yeah.
Do they still have those?
I don't know.
Dude, used to play Counter-Strike. My brothers, we would go. It was so much fun. Dude, rows of computers each side, and everyone's just jumping in and lands, dude. It was insane.
was gonna
Just run and gun.
Counter-Strike was like the first big.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there was like computer gaming that was taking place, but that was like the big one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I played a lot of Counter-Strike.
Good
dude.
time. Here's how much I was actually into Call of Duty, even when we were working.
Yeah.
It was 2017.
Okay.
I think it was 2017. I only remember I sent it in the group chat. But the new Call of Duty came out, and I was so pumped, I went and bought an 80-inch TV.
Oh,
I was
nice.
in here, yeah, with the Costco, dude,
Yeah.
dropped like $3,000.
like,
I'm gonna see somebody, I want to see them.
Yeah, it's like the Super Bowl, and then like a week later, take it back. Like, I replayed it.
Well, dude, it was the TV's way too big for that room.
Yeah.
I mean, you turn it on, it's just like a sunbeam. It's just
Wow.
flying past you.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God.
First person shooter games on big TV, it's super hard to track.
It is.
Like, because the distance your eyes look versus like if you play on a small, you get everything a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Sports games not so bad because everything's like central.
when I turn the TV on in the room, I don't even have to turn any lights on. It's lights
bright.
everything up. Dude. I'm like, well, I can see
Your neighbor
everything.
behind you is like, shit, Tim just got a new game.
Hey, there's a hole in that wall. I just put the TV right there.
What's one more question?
Oh, okay. Oh, jeez. All right. I guess this is, you guys want to go serious or funny?
Don't matter.
Stewart, you're the guest of the day. You pick, man.
Oh no, just whatever you pull.
How about this? Pick one. Or just point it
That
out.
one.
It'll be serious.
You pointed down the middle.
Exactly.
All right, dude.
You shouldn't have looked at them. You should just kept them face it down.
Okay, we'll go with potential funny. If you can die and come back as an inanimate object, what would it be?
Dang, I don't know.
This can go any direction.
Yeah.
An inanimate object.
Yep.
So something like a coffee mug.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. We're on the right track. Are we all in the same? Okay.
Yeah, like for example, like there's a Family Guy episode that
I'd probably be a koozie. Sorry to interrupt.
I like
okay.
that.
I like it,
yeah, dude, a koozie.
Yeah.
You motorcycle rider. Yeah. If they got a koozie, that's the good
Yeah,
time.
koozies are everywhere. Pool parties, rides, yeah.
yeah, Tam, you're up.
Man, I don't. This is a tough one. An inanimate object. I'm trying to think here. I think I would be. Oh man, I like watching shit, so I want to be a fan in a room, dude.
Oh man, that's super crazy because that was one of the things I thought. I was like, you can like observe, but you're purposeful.
Yeah,
You know, I provide
I can get something
something.
done, but I could now. People can probably go down the perverted route here, but no, I mean you'll see everything that's going on and you're cooling everybody off. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, dude. So the first thing that popped in my head was a joke. So
Okay.
let me get that out.
I think we all. I don't want to say
Because it reminded me, I'm a big Family Guy watcher. I like all those silly, like adult cartoon stuff. So it reminded me of an episode that one of the characters, Quagmire, who's like a super perv. So
Yeah.
this isn't my choice, but it reminded me of that because that question got proposed and he was like, oh, easy, I'd be a tampon. Yeah. Oh. So I thought that was super funny. Although that's just, I would. But that's what it reminded me of.
Yeah.
So sorry, I just want to share that.
But
That was kinda
you're
funny.
used once and gone.
Yeah.
Right.
Hope
You're-
you used once.
Oh, that reminded me of a call I was on once.
You can use them for nosebleeds.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Trauma pad.
It doesn't have to be just one thing.
At least
okay.
the fan will be around a while. Hopefully.
That's true. All right. So then on that note, I'll just say I want to be that sign.
Oh, let's go.
I like it.
Sign.
Yeah, because I want to see the
Bam.
progression of this show into what it will become.
I like that, dude. I like that.
Steve.
Dude, this is hard.
Sam,
So I like to travel. Or I would like to travel, and if I had to be something, the first thing that came to my mind this is really weird, but wind. It's everywhere at the same time, and it just travels the world all the time. Wind? I want to be air.
All
bro.
the air?
Air. I want to be air.
all air.
No, but
Is
like
that technically an inanimate object?
it's not. You
It's like
can't
a Bruce Lee thing.
touch it.
Be like water.
Right, dude. I want to. I want
Then I wanna be the ocean.
Everywhere at the same time, all over the world. Yeah, dude.
Oh man, I feel you, dude.
I know it's fucking weird, but yeah.
Oh, I got you.
That was so.
It's just the first thing that came to my head, dude.
I thought I was gonna out deep Sam on this one. Silly me.
No, I mean the podcast sign was dope. Yeah, progression.
Progression.
Yeah, dude.
Very good progression.
Future.
Yeah, no, you guys have been doing an awesome job. Like the episode I watched, just hearing each one of your guys' stories. You guys, like I said, it's very interesting hearing people's lives and what they've gone through. Very cool. So
No, I appreciate that, man. That's the goal of this. We want to give the everyday person a voice. I think everyone has a story, like you said, to tell, and needs to be heard because you know what? Life is not perfect for everyone. Everyone's struggling with something, and you don't know who you're going to inspire from what you're battling and getting through, you know?
for sure.
So, but Stewart, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Of course. I brought you something. Can I give it to you here?
Oh, yeah. What'd you bring? You got $1 million?
No, I know you like hats, and then we've had conversations on, riding out with the Men of Fire. So I brought you this hat.
Oh, dude,
Dope.
you're gonna love it.
So
Yeah,
Does that say
Okay.
butt snorkeler?
it does. That chili bowl.
You know, yeah, man. We've had many conversations about that.
Yeah.
That make a lot of people laugh. The
Yeah.
chili bowl, man. You know,
Yeah, I got a matching one.
the old fart box. This says butt snorkeler. Dive deep before you sleep, dude. Check it out, everybody. You see that, Sam?
a little closer. Right there. Yeah.
Bam.
Wow.
Butt snorkeler.
Mom, I'm a good boy. Stewart, dude, thank you for bringing this back.
Yeah.
But dude, thank you for coming by, riding down. I know you came from a okay distance, but thank you for your service in the military. All of us in here, we appreciate our military, police, fire, dude. It's mad respect for serving our country, and thanks for what you do in the fire service and just being a brother. Honestly, man.
Thank you for having me. Thanks. Breaking bread and
Dude,
Pretty much
absolutely.
having here.
It was
Yeah.
awesome to get to. I mean, I know we just met, but
Yeah.
you're rad.
Thanks,
and
appreciate it.
your service time, everything, the stories. Thank you for being so honest and
Yeah.
open with that. I know I can only imagine what you're going through. And again, dude, wish the best. And
Yeah.
I feel like we need to have like a Men of Fire show.
Yeah.
I was thinking about
we're getting
that.
to the point where
Yeah.
that could be a thing.
I got to change the setup though, because we have quite a few characters. We got to have a round table.
Yeah.
but
And I don't.
I mean, just make it just a free for all. You know what I mean?
It will be
Just a
very
bunch of stools.
Well, I mean, it can't be
Parental
that-
warning.
I know there's a ton of you guys. I don't mean like that, but like just been on the show. You could do like a alumni thing. I think it'd be rad.
honestly get our presidents on here. They're characters themselves. They're good dudes.
Oh yeah,
They're really good dudes.
yeah.
Dude.
It'd be funny. Also, we have this for you, dude.
Oh,
It's our challenge coin. Challenge
Thank you,
coin,
man.
some
Appreciate
stickers,
it.
dude. We'll go out there. We got a shirt for you too. So that's for you, man. On the back
Are
of
you
that
guys ready?
challenge. Oh shit!
Are you ready?
I don't have a challenge coin. Anyways, thanks for coming to the podcast. We'll see you guys later. God. We owe him a drink.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's all right.
Drink.
You guys aren't ready, huh?
No, we weren't
No.
ready. No, we weren't ready.
Damn it! That's the first time that's happened.
Smart man.
Yeah.
Smart man. But thanks again, dude. Let's get a let's go on through. You guys ready?
Ready.
1, 2, 3.
Let's go.
Bye, everybody. And that's it. Thank you for listening in, everybody. I'd like to thank our sound engineer who makes this podcast happen and makes us sound very good, Stephen Clark. And to our first sponsor, 89 Barbers. Look good, feel good, be great. Come get your haircut at 2 locations, Long Beach and in Orange, California. Your appointment can be booked at 89barbers.com. That is BARBRERS. 89barbers.com. Again, look good, feel good, be great. Check it out. That's my barber. He is the man. Thanks, everybody. Bye.